Next on Webster News tonight, a Webster home is hit by gunfire. Police say they believe someone who lives there was the target. Plus, little snowfall this season impacting local mountains, but skiers saying it's not affecting their ride. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Several communities across central Massachusetts seeing some form of precipitation throughout the day today. The snow has moved out in Worcester, but it was misty throughout the day. Here's meteorologist Tim Kelly with the latest we can expect to see.
Yeah, what a storm. Boy, it kind of just jumped over us last night. We had some rain, temperature went up, thank goodness. Almost blizzard conditions in Maine. Remember there were two systems 2 nights ago? 2 storms on the map. Now we're getting into the backside, and it's not exactly drying out very quickly. There are a lot of clouds around. In some cases, it's trying to snow again a little bit. Heavy snow in the Berkshires, but the hills get a little dusting of snow overnight, tonight, and tomorrow. This evening, we're just now starting to go below freezing, so we start to get some icy spots, especially towards the New Hampshire border where we had some slush left over. But for most of us, it's just kind of drying out. Now, here's the tricky part. You see, 3:30 in the morning, it's cold, and there are scattered snow showers around. The blue blobs. You can't say exactly where the blue blobs are going to end up, but there's a blue blob there at lunchtime tomorrow. So there can be snowflakes in the air. Probably just about the same kind of wind tomorrow, but about 10 degrees colder. So the wind chill factor is sub-freezing tomorrow. And then the temperature is sub-freezing for most of the weekend, which looks pretty good. More details in a few minutes.
An investigation is underway in Webster after police say a home was shot at. The shooting forced nearby schools to be put on lockdown, but police say it was out of an abundance of caution. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us live now with the details. Roslyn?
Olivia, police say the home was targeted, but the incident left neighbors uneasy.
I heard 2 loud noises.
Bullet holes are visible on the side of Caleb Andrews' home in Webster. Police say someone shot at the apartment building on Lake Street early Wednesday morning.
I came outside and it was just like quiet and I didn't know what happened. And like about 10 minutes later, cops were all swarming my house asking me if I got shot.
Police say shots were fired around 7:30 a.m., creating concern for neighbors. 2 nearby schools were put into a soft lockdown.
Very scary for that to happen around here.
Obviously there's a concern there, but we don't believe that anybody was in immediate danger at that point.
Police say a male dressed in a black coat with a hood took off on foot shortly after. They do not believe the incident is random and believe the person who was targeted wasn't home.
We have some information that we're following up on that would lead us in that direction.
Police believe 2 rounds were fired, and fortunately the bullets didn't make it inside the home.
The ballistic section came out and it looks like they're lodged in the actual walls themselves.
Andrew says the incident doesn't scare him. He doesn't believe anyone would target his family. He's happy no one was hurt.
It'd be horrible for something to happen to one of them, somebody driving by shooting at us, so like people need to knock it off.
Now again, police say the public isn't in any danger. If you have any information, you are asked to call police. Roslyn Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Autopsy results on the body found near Salvation Army in Worcester came back inconclusive to the city's police department. Worcester police have not identified the victim, only saying she was a female. The body was found near donation bins outside of the Salvation Army on Cambridge Street Monday. Police are investigating it as a homicide, but have not said whether or not the death is suspicious. Anyone with information is asked to contact Worcester Police. The Worcester Community Action Council met in Boston today to request money to help support the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The WCAC and several councils across the state are asking for $30 million to support the LIHEAP program. WCAC says though this year's national budget increased, the state of Massachusetts budget was cut by $11 million.
If these people don't receive an increase, in many cases, they're going to have to go without heat. And that's a punishing circumstance for anybody to consider. We need to take care of these vulnerable people, and we hope that this supplement will allow us to increase their benefits a little bit.
And the WCAC says heating, especially during the winter months, is a critical resource for people across the state. University of Massachusetts employees could owe money to the state's pension system. Thousands are affected across the state, including hundreds in central Massachusetts. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, employees owe money because UMass has been taking the wrong amount out of their paychecks for retirement for years. And people we spoke to affected say the notice came as a complete shock.
The university has historically not taken required retirement deductions.
Antonio Jimenez reads a letter he received from his employer, UMass Medical School. The letter says the mental health counselor owes almost $1,000 to the state's pension system due to inaccurate payroll deductions.
Shocking. I showed my fiance and we were both like, wow, we couldn't believe what was happening. And we're like, how are we going to go about this? You know, we're going to have to pay it back. When do we have to pay it back? Just all these questions.
3,200 University of Massachusetts employees are affected, including hundreds here in central Massachusetts. Jimenez says one of his coworkers owes more than $16,000.
Everybody ranges from a couple $100. There's people, you know, a few $1,000s, and you know, there's other people with, you know, maybe $20,000. There's a large amount of money that people are owed.
Shared Local 4000 says the incorrect deductions have been going on for at least 17 years. 148 members of their union were affected. Organizer Jana Hollingsworth says the university should be held responsible.
People are just really worried about it, want to make sure that it's clear that they had no idea anything like this was ever going on. We really hope that the university will forgive the amount. This wasn't the employee's fault.
Jimenez says UMass offered a 5-year payment plan for what is owed, but he hopes he doesn't have to pay anything back.
Some people are getting ready for retirement, and to have them have to pay this money back and then try to deal with retirement is pretty tough. So we're just hoping that we can come to some type of settlement, you know, some type of agreement, and just want them to know that it wasn't our fault in no way. We didn't know nothing about this.
And UMass Medical School sent us a statement saying, in part, UMass and the Massachusetts State Retirement Board are working to address a historic retirement deduction discrepancy. The MSRB is in the process of determining how best to reconcile the discrepancy. Live in Worcester, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Several police departments and businesses across central Massachusetts celebrating National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. At Queen's Cup in Worcester, their cupcake of the day honored law enforcement. The shop says, as always, law enforcement employees are given 10% off their purchase. Kitchen manager Alicia Wagner made the chocolate cupcakes decorated with blue and black frosting.
We colored the inside of it to be blue because I know for the police officers, they have like the blue ribbon. That's where we got the inspiration from for the frosting as well. We swirled black and blue together.
And Worcester police also tweeting out crime rates are at a historic low in the city thanks to the men and women of the Worcester Police Department. The Cannabis Control Commission is officially moving to Worcester. The deal was made official last night during a city council meeting where officials approved a $2 million loan. The money will go toward renovating Union Station, where the agency will be headquartered. Meanwhile, the state's next 3 recreational pot shops could open this weekend. State regulators giving the green light to Temescal Wellness, locations in Pittsfield and Hudson for grand openings on Saturday. Both locations already sell medical marijuana, and Theory Wellness is expected to open in Great Barrington on Friday. The head of the Cannabis Control Commission says they are now in a rhythm where they could see 4 to 8 stores open each month. It's been a slow start to the winter season in central Massachusetts. We've seen colder temperatures, but not much snow. And Wachusett Mountain is feeling the effects. They've had to make almost all of the snow skiers and snowboarders have seen this season. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Wachusett Mountain ski trails are blanketed in snow, but a few inches to the side and the ground is bare. The ski area says they've been open since mid-November, but are currently operating on 100% machine-made snow.
Other than one snowfall in November, we have not had a flake of natural snow.
Marketing Director Tom Myers says their machines have turned 95 million gallons of water from a nearby reservoir into snow. He says it's expensive with power and labor costs, but the alternative would be closing.
If we get natural snow, we don't have to make as much snow, but certainly it's what carries the season for us. It's really the lifeblood of the mountain.
Myers says so far they've had a solid season with visitors. Snowboarder Tanner Emond is waiting for a storm. He says nothing compares to the real thing.
Sometimes you're going down and you can feel it, that it's not real, and you hit ice patches.
But snowboarders at the mountain Wednesday are happy they're able to hit the slopes regardless.
It's incredible. I mean, To see the snow cover and to see how much is down there.
I didn't think I was going to get any snowboarding in this season, but I did because there's snow here, so it's sick.
23 of Wachusett Mountain's 27 trails are open with an average of 4 feet of powder. Myers says new technology allows them to measure the snow with GPS.
We can manage the snow much better. We can move snow with the grooming machines. We can make snow when we get cold weather and maintain the base temps much better and more efficiently than we ever could before.
Wachusett says they've had plenty of visitors during the Christmas season and winter breaks. They say there will be many opportunities for real snow the rest of the season. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.